Start with Why is one of my favorite books because Simon Sinek helped me understand how important it is to define your purpose and to really have a strong and thought out intention behind your actions and to figure out why you want to do the things you want to do in the first place. It's easy to start off with the what and the how when pursuing your passion, but have you ever asked yourself, why am I even passionate for this thing? If you start to ask those questions, you will start to become someone who has more conviction and stronger intention behind your actions, which is thankfully what this book has helped me have. There are leaders and there are those who lead. Start with Why is about a naturally occurring pattern, a way of thinking, acting, and communicating that gives some leaders the ability to inspire those around them. The more organizations and people who learn to start with why, the more people there will be who will wake up feeling fulfilled by the work they do. When you start to ask the questions about why, you really start to crack down questions like, what is my purpose? Who am I doing this for? What is the end goal? And when you start to know those things, it's very reassuring and it's very motivating, and it gives you more drive because there's a feeling that you understand the things that you're doing and the reasons you're doing them for. Leadership is the ability to rally people for not only for one single event, but for years. In business, leadership means that customers will continue to support your company even when you slip up. Simon is someone who loves the idea of leadership and teamwork, and it's something that I agree with him on. It's important to build a team. It's important to lead your team in a way that you seek the best for them. And it's the same goes for John C. Maxwell. These people are leaders and they understand the importance of inspiring people around you as opposed to being a single white horse that wants to do everything yourself. Teamwork will take you levels above, and when you are a good leader with a team, that will take you even further. The ability to inspire those around you and to achieve remarkable things starts with why. Definitely read his book for more context as to what he means with the concept of why. What does why mean in this context? Definitely read his book. He goes in depth with this content. And also Find Your Why is another book I'll do an insight on, so hopefully we can just cover the basics. Those who start with why never manipulate, they inspire. Any organization can explain what it does. Some can explain how they do it, but very few can clearly articulate why. The reason it falls in this format of you start with what, maybe go to how, almost never go to why, is because the easiest thing to do is start with what. The hardest thing to do is ask why. And that's why we always resort to the what and not the why. And as you can see here, the golden circle is a concept that Simon created to explain the thought process that we go through and how you can start shifting your thought process to one that you can start with why. So here in the golden circle, in the center, the core of everything you do starts with why, and you build on with the how and then the what, as opposed to what we normally do, which is start with what, go to how, and then go to why. But your why is your purpose, cause, or belief, so it's important to have that as a centerpiece to your life, pretty much. Almost like if you had chess, for example, that is your king piece. That means everything. If that goes down, the whole thing goes down with it. He talks about why in this circle as something you should have clarity with. He talks about how as something you should be disciplined with, and your what should be something you are consistent with. For more context on that, definitely, again, I'm going to say it, but check his book to find out what he means on those things. Other companies can copy what you do or how you do it, but they will never be the same if they don't start with why. They will never be at that point you are at if they don't figure out why. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. Leadership requires two things: a vision of the world that does not yet exist and the ability to communicate it. So we've talked about visualization before, and another stage of visualization is being able to communicate that to other people. It's very is very difficult when you think about it, because everyone has their own perspectives on things, and getting someone to see your view on things is very, very subjective according to the person you're speaking to. So if you start to master that aspect of being able to communicate your vision, you'll be so far ahead of the competition that it's going to be a joke. It's going to be so good for you. So definitely consider improving the elements of understanding your visualization techniques and how you visualize things, and also the element of understanding how you communicate that message. Practicing ways of communication and forms of communication that is concise, clear. If you're concise and clear with what you say, those are the first steps to really start conveying a message that you want to convey. I hope this has been beneficial. We will do Find Your Why sooner or later, and hopefully go more in depth with this concept of why and how important it is to Simon Sinek, and not only him, to me, and hopefully to you too.